Where you was at last time? Home on the road?
I was on the road. I mean, I was at home. I love at home. Close to me. Let's see who you rocking with. You gonna rock with Indiana?
Yes, sir.
I ain't tripping. I got a match with my squad before I get a second pick, but I ain't ready to get home. I can't just be jumping from squad to squad no more.
You about to be in a rough one.
It is what it is, man. All I can do is come to play, man.
I ain't never lie about that.
I'm wondering when they gonna put the rest of my other niggas on my squad,
It's
though.
about to get ugly for you, for real, because when the season start, Kyrie gonna be out, Shumper gonna be out. Because you know them niggas injured.
Yeah, okay, you got Mo Williams. Hey, we gonna make this
I believe.
That's gonna even make me get even better.
Right.
You gotta remember, bro, I was winning with the Cavs and wasn't all we had was Lonzo B.
Lonzo G.
Yeah. Lonzo G. Motherfucking Dion. Clark. Munson. I was still tearing your ass up, boy.
What about these past couple years, buddy? Let's talk about that.
Hey.
What's up, baby? What you want, baby? Okay.
Everyone, get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Every time they do that.
These days ain't nothing changed. My homies feel the same. Ain't nothing changed cause this world's getting so deranged.
In my room.
Oh, man.
You don't remember that? Nigga,
I was in my room, chilling all alone.
Hey, man, you know, I just be trying to do what I do. Man, I think the Eagles gonna win, man. That's why I picked them, bitch. I'm gonna get all over Camden, man. Fuck that, I'm going blue. What color you wearing, man?
I don't think you wanna get rich. You don't really want it.
I know that all I gotta do is watch your lineup in the middle of the game. That's how you do it. I don't be focused. I don't be watching your substitutions, matchups. You be sneaking in and shit.
I don't sneak nothing in, I just do my lineup.
I know, but I don't be paying attention. As long as I pay attention to that, I at least stand a better chance. Every time I see it, I'm like, damn, that's what it was. And it's too late, I'm down right.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. As we get
my phone screen ain't nothing.
Oh, man.
I can't answer the phone though. I have to call back. I have to tell Siri to call you back.
I know I'm gonna do it this time.
I went over to Raven House, to Raven, following that in my storage, put my car back in the storage. And I've been asleep at her house all day, man. I didn't wake up till about 7 something. I'm not too long ago from my house. I sleep over there all day. Man, I've been having a headache all damn day, man. I still got a headache right now.
These are no inside. In the chase of the surface of
Why you let him curse you, bitch? I got a headache all day. I was asleep all day, man. This one for Malcolm, this for Dr. Luther King. They trying to blind us. They trying to dilute the dream. This one for Biggie. This is Paco. They trying to blind us. I know what they shot you for. Trying to blackness stand up. They try to shoot him down. Same thing they did. This is what they doing now. Playing the game right now. Lucky enough. I got lucky enough. I ain't tell Mikey nothing. Mikey was telling me everything. Like, I ain't tell Mikey shit last night. Mikey told me everything. Somebody, damn, why ain't tell me India was going through it and all that. Somebody done told Mikey stuff. I ain't tell Mikey nothing last night. Nigga was drunk all last night, telling me everything. Get off my squad, nigga. I know how to pick my own. Yeah, he told me all that. That's what Mikey was telling me. I didn't know you was in the van crying. Mikey told me all this last night. As soon as you started drinking. As soon as you left the lunch was when we was in Applebee's. The nigga was fucked up last night. You could ask Princess, man. Yeah, yeah, that's what he was telling all. And that nigga was fucked up last night, telling all us, yeah, Don and blowing up my phone all day. I ain't answering none.
You sure this what you want to do, guy?
Yeah, what I want to do. Positive. Yo, man, that nigga was tripping. That nigga, I'm not hanging out. This nigga's not going out with me ever again, bro. Ever again. Nigga did not know how to handle his damn alcohol, though. He's sitting there trying to holler at everybody. Everybody. Nigga, how you gonna tell me you wanna holler at my sister, dog, but you sitting here trying to holler at everybody in my face? Some niggas about to jump on him after you trying to holler at each grabbing the waitress' waist. Not knowing her boyfriend there the whole time, know what I'm saying? Like, you think he tried to fight Mike again? I was laughing the whole time, like, man, this is tripping. Then we went to the pool hall last night. I helped. Man, you trying to holler at me the whole time. I just told Mikey, like, oh, my dog Mike like, I went to holler at Mike, dog. I'm still thinking about him, Mikey, facing Trina. Still trying to holler at Trina, Mike right there. I'm like, oh, Mike, bro. Don't scared Mike, this nigga drunk. Mike got an AK right there in his back.
Hello and thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. The Pacer fans are making noise here in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana.
He been calling my phone all day. Man, I ain't answered the phone not one time for the nigga, man.
So here's Miami's starting group. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. And it's Dragic in the 1 spot. And for Goran Dragic, so incredibly efficient on the offensive end over the last couple years, whether with Phoenix or Miami, he's...
You know I ain't telling nigga nothing, man. That nigga was telling me everything. I didn't know you was crying that word. Front of Mr. Snow.
really upped his game.
Yeah, I know all this till Mikey told me. He showing his messages, tell him okay to call him all this shit like that. That was yesterday. He covered his thing over the other mess. He something before you sent that mess. You wanted me to see all that.
You know, Kevin, it took him a few years to kind of get comfortable in the NBA, much like the great Steve Nash, who had his struggles early in his career. Now the game has kind of slowed down for him. He's not forcing as much, and it has certainly paid off.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Talking about Dragic's newfound efficiency, he's shot over 50% from the field the past 3 years. I mean, impressive. That's a really high percentage for a point guard who plays so aggressively.
Bosch passes to Dragic. From downtown, no luck. Hill with some nice D.
And talking about Goran Dragic, he's learned how to play under control without losing his speed. I mean, early in his career, he committed way too many turnovers. Now he's able to push the action without making so many of those mental mistakes. Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Now here is Hill. Mahimi. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
And it's Dragic off the drive. And it's Dang in the corner. Back to Dragic. Five on the clock. Pass to Whiteside. Excellent D there from George.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
The kick out to Hill. Second shot opportunity, and he gets it to go.
I don't know, maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
The kick out to Bosch. That is good. Bosch has got his first basket.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
Hill up top. He's guarded by Dragic. There's the bucket. Good. Ellis has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Now, here's Wade. To the inside. Here's Bosch. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
There's the pick. Passes it to Mahimi. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Wade against Ellis. Wade with it to the wing right side. Right side a screen. And Ellis with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Indiana leading.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Dragic with a wide open look. Chance there to take the lead, missing. And it's George finishing it off.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Dragic. Wade with no one around. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. Wade's got 5 points so far. Hill kicks to Mahinmi. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Wade. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 7 points in the game.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And here is Hill. George, that's a 2-pointer. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Bosch. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. To the left wing. They set the screen. Tipped away. Shot clock at 5.
And you've got to do a better job of making sure the defender isn't in your space. I mean, if you're going to pump fake, you've got to make sure he doesn't have a chance for the steal.
And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the lid with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
Here's Dragic. Miami shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
Here's Wade. And the jam by Whiteside.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
And talking about C.J. Miles, he was filthy last year. Indiana needed his spark offensively, especially without Paul George in the lineup. Miles responded by putting up career highs in points and minutes played. Just an unbelievable impact on the season.
And the basket good. Hill's got 5.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
And the Heat call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Some changes for Indiana. Turner comes in for Mahinmi. And Allen subbed in for Paul George. And a new group in for the Heat. Amare Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Anderson comes in for Chris Bosh. Green is checked in for Luol Deng. And Winslow subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Turner. Rebound by the Heat. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Monte Ellis.
And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
With Winslow, it's all about improvement and being great on the big stage. I think he can do that, Greg. You talked about You know what he did in the national championship run. Clark, he was a fantastic foundation to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? He's not got many holes in his game. Solid at the defensive end, can score a lot of ways, puts his hands on winning at both ends of the floor.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
And so here is Indiana, following the score by Miami. The shot by Turner, no good.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
The kick out to Dragic. Stolen by Ellis. Outside Turner. And Hill has it in the corner. Knocks down the three ball. Hill's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Indiana.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
They recover it. Stoudemire in the post. Turner covering. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession. Indiana leading by 4. The drive by Hill. Kicks it to Miles. Indiana moving it around. Shot clock at 6. From the baseline. Great tee that time from Green. The Heat trailed by 4. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Anderson slams it in.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
I think the crowd is still stunned by that one. And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about the knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Back to Dragic. He feeds it to Anderson. And the shot falls short this time.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Allen's shot is off.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they're just starting to become synonymous.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for George Hill. Winslow wide open. He fires. Miami no good on that time either. Miles dishes to Allen. And a wide open look here for Ellis. Drills the three-pointer. Ellis has got 6 points.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Now a timeout called by Miami. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off a team, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Indiana making some changes. Chase Budinger is checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Solomon Hill in for Monte Ellis. Heat also with the sub. Chalmers is checked in. Now here's Stuckey. Dishes it to Turner.
Come on, man.
Miami takes possession.
You know, Bosch was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game.
Here's Chalmers, and count it from 19 feet away. Chalmers has got his first points of the game. Pacers leading by 4. Stuckey outside. There's the screen. Pass to Buddington. Stuckey kicks to Hill. Off target with his 3.
And injuries are something that you can't plan for, but you can prepare for them. And hopefully the Heat can avoid injury woes this season. If they can, they at least have players who have been through that struggle last year.
Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
On its way from Stuckey for 2. And it comes off the front of the rim. There's Winslow. No good. That would have tied it. Hill has the open look. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Pacers up by 3. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pacers?
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and they've had a great start from beyond the arc as well. The three-point shot seems to be in rhythm.
We've got Solomon Hill. Buttinger is out there with Paul George.
Oh, wow.
My fault, fellas. Passed to the wrong person.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
A nice shot by George.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Buttinger, the pass to Hill. Buttinger dishes to Turner. Shot off the pick. Green with the rebound.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Chalmers with it. He's picked up by Hill. And oh, here we go. Hill, nobody back. And Buttinger with the stop.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
Hill, no good. The Heat trail by 6. It's tipped. Stolen by Buttinger. And it's Hill penetrating. And Chris Anderson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And it's the Pacers with the ball. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Stuckey kicks to Buttinger. Feeds it to Turner. 6 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the Big Three were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
First one falls for him. And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25 and 27 against the rest of the conference. Played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
Chalmers best to Green. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
The Heat making a switch here. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Marsh comes in for Chris Anderson. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Winslow. And it's Dragic in for Mario Chalmers. Hill dishes to Stuckey. He kicks it to Turner.
Why do you always do that?
Green with the rebound. Green's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
For Gerald Green, it's hard to not think about the star that could have been, the 18th pick in the 2005 draft. Right out of high school, it was basically athleticism and upside in his game then. He's finally made it in the NBA now, but has improved with skills and guile in place of explosiveness.
That'd have been 4.
In the paint, worth its weight in gold.
Yep.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Definitely will.
And talking about Gerald Green, it seems like he's been in the league forever. But he was only 29 years old last season. By and large, he's avoided major injury, so he's still got plenty of tread left on those tires if he wants to keep going at it for a little while longer.
And here's George for 3. Lucky something drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
After he scored 1,000.
Performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Stuckey against Dragic. He's off from 17 feet.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Hill kicks to Stuckey. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's Buttinger. The shot no good. And it's Miami the other way. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Green. And there's the pass to Turner. Tries from 10, and it's Miami with the rebound.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And George with the stuff.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life. Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that one in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call.
Here's Turner, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Paul George. Ellis comes in for Hill, and George Hill's subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. Right side. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Miles Turner. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, it's great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
The Heat trail by 15. Dragic kicks to Bosch. Inside. Shot to stop the run. Right side, no good. Ellis outside. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. That's 10 points for Ellis.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way
You know how many times I just practiced that floater in the gym before we got in the game?
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
Right side of screen. And the whistle is going to be.
I didn't need your help, Jordan Hill. Why are you helping? I didn't need your help.
C.J. Miles, who's checked in for Chase Budinger. And so here is Miami, trailing by 19. Here's Dang. A teardrop fall.
Okay.
Well, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
I tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
Outside Hill. There's a screen. Ellis left side. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Wade. The feed to Whiteside. And he takes the fantastic pass up strong for the slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket. Don't let them set up the defense.
The Heat trail by 15. Talking about Luol Deng, his consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And here's a guy who can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable.
Here's Ellis. Shot is off. Dragic with some nice D. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with the left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
No good on the second free throw. And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
He hits the second from the line.
Yeah, Monte did have a lot of big second halves for the Mavs last season. Seems like at least half a dozen games for them, he would just take over. Started to get looked at as the top go-to guy late.
And for Monte, it makes sense to go to him late in games. He's so fast that he can create a shot anytime he wants. And very rarely does he not give you a chance to win with just one shot remaining.
Oh, you watching my shit, The Walking Dead.
Good, it's Bosch picking up the assist. Bosch has got 3 assists in the game.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And he gets it to go. And that's 15 points for Ellis.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Sounds good.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
And Miami making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Haslam comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Gerald Green in for Dwayne Wade.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
No good on the free throw.
What you want me to do?
The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17 and 24. I don't think you can be that.
And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, I think that may be their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
Here's Hill, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Hill's got 11.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have. What a game for Ellis. 15 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
Free throw good, Stoudemire. For Monte not being an all-star, there are a lot of guys that could have made an argument to be there. Monte's was as strong as any.
Yeah, and his own coach said that Monte deserved it more than Dirk, his teammate. Not a shot at Dirk by Carlisle, just Rick expressing how valuable Monte was to the Mavs.
Great D that time from Green. The Heat trailed by 10. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Hill pulls it in. Hill's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Miles. Ellis kicks to Mahinmi. Hill again, Dragic. And it's Dragic with the foul. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Hill. He's got 13 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark. And this offense has really performed.
That nigga mid-range is a 90. You can't be missing that.
Like that. He'll rarely miss those.
Green missing again. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it. The fast break chance. It's stolen by Dragic. Green inside the 3-point line. Drains the jumper to finish the break. Green's got 15 points. And so we conclude the first half. Pacers lead by 11. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Monte Ellis has been sensational.
Well, anytime you can get to the free throw line with that kind of consistency, it just makes every other facet of the game easy.
And, you know, they have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one particular player, given how good he is at drawing fouls and how many fouls he's been drawing.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Monte Ellis has been sensational.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Miami, Chalmers is out there with Green. Then it's Winslow. Then it's Stoudemire. And it's Haslam in the four slot. The drive by Green.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back in this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Stuckey can't get it to go. The Heat trail by 13. Inside. There's Winslow. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Winslow's got 7 points. Stuckey outside. Haslam against George. George double team. It's stolen by Stoudemire. Here's Haslam. Here's Winslow. And they convert it last on attempt number 3.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
It's George on the wing. Guarded by Stoudemire. And the foul on Amari Stoudemire. That's foul number 2 for him. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. George with the bucket.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Now a timeout called by Miami.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Mario Chalmers. Here's Dragic. He's got 8. And stolen by Stuckey. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Miles the best to Stuckey. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact right there. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
at about an 82% clip a season ago, so I'm sure he'll take those numbers.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
The Indiana Pacers had a solid season last year, given they were without their star for most of it. They played well at home.
Yeah, even without Paul George, they were in contention. How about 23 and 18 at home, which is really a solid mark when you consider they didn't have their two best players from a season ago.
Winslow. Haslam dishes to Dragic. And Haslam kicks to Winslow. Tries again. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Mahinmi's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Well, you gotta hit that jump a little bit, man.
Third quarter of basketball here in just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
You know, for the Pacers in their 23 and 18 home record, that was better than several teams that made the playoffs in the East. They were very tough at home at the defensive end of the floor.
Pacers leading by 12. Stuckey kicks to George.
What's the
Here's
score?
The Mahinmi.
Who?
And it's Haslam with the rebound.
Who up?
Haslam's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And the Pacers were 3rd in the league in field goal percentage against at home. Something about this crowd really drives the Pacers on the defensive end, even in a down year.
Stuckey kicks to Miles.
That nigga Paul George ain't missing a shot yet. That nigga 11 for 11.
Triple. Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Indiana.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Boy, I really love the way Dragic spreads that ball around.
And the layup's good off the glass. 27 points here for George.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
There's Green with the 3. That doesn't go either for Green.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And George, here we go. And here's Miles outside. The Heat trail by 15. Here's Green. Oh!
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
Hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
It's taken away by Stuckey. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. And there's the call on Udonis Haslam. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
And the Heat making a change here. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Wash comes in for Udonis Haslam. Luol Deng is checked in for Winslow. Wade is subbed in for Green. The Heat trail by 15. And there's the foul. It's going to go on Solomon Hill. That is it. Was subbed in for Green. The Heat trail by 15. And there's the foul. It's going to go on Solomon Hill. That is his first foul of the game. Wade outside. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state. But what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years. But he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
Oh, man. George lagging.
Chase Budinger is checked in. For Indiana, Ellis comes in. For Hill.
Damn.
George with the ball. Wade picks him up.
God damn.
That's crazy.
I don't know how we done it. My shit or your shit?
I don't know.